Good morning. I'm up early because well, I have a 4 hour fast. No coffee, no food, you just drink a little bit of water. So I got up early to be on the other side of the 4 hour fast, so I can sneak in some coffee today before all this is coming up. Uh, Again, butt cancer, beat it twice. I'm in my third battle now. Third battle now. Butt cancer. You know what that means. Um, Sorry, kids, if there's anyone listening. Bad language. Um, the autopsy. Oh, biopsy. No autopsy. The biopsy came back as on the spot on my hip. Back over here. Seemed to be growing, which is of concern. But it came back malignant, which is good news. Yay, great. But then she turns around, well, didn't turn around, but then she points out that they only take, two little teeny samplings of the whole thing. And I'm like, yeah, okay. She goes, so it may not, reflect the whole blob. And I'm like, okay, so what are you saying? She goes, well, it's good that, the test parts where they tested was malignant. Um, but we'll hold off until, June or July and look at it again and see what's happening. Probably, maybe another biopsy in other areas to see what's going on. But anyhow, she said, we're cool with it, and we'll look again in June or July and see what the status is or what it's looking like. Cool. She also pointed out that she doesn't want me to have any more, X-rays, CT scans, MRIs, PETs, the whole gambit because I've had, well, plus my radiation treatment and the stuff that was going on before my radiation treatment. Um, she just wants me to have a couple of months of you know be left alone, let my body heal up a little bit from all these from all the exposure, as she says, exposure. Translation, radiation. It's of some form or another, but I mean, anyhow. So that sounded good. And then next thing I know, she's wants to schedule me for a PET scan, which is when they inject radiation into your uh, blood system, your circulatory system, and then they take pictures. So she's telling me not to do any more of those, and then she turns around and she's hitting me with what a bigger dose thing. So I may have lost in translation, but anyhow, that's what I'm up for. That's why I'm up so early now because this morning in a couple hours, I go in and get more radiation and get another PET scan. So maybe she means after that, and then we don't do anything for months. Okay. Um, One thing she did say was again, well, I do have osteopenia, but she's also saying that the reason she wants a PET scan, well, the reason you get a PET scan, what it is for a bone density scan, because again, they're concerned about my lower back and my pelvic bones and the area there being either soft or thinning, um, but it leaves it susceptible to um, easily being cracked or damaged. So that'll be very careful. Um, and then I went and saw just the other day, the day after that one, um, my a back doctor, not a chiropractor, but one who specializes in your spine. I'm blanking on the name of whatever it is. Um, but she's cool. I've seen her. I've seen her a couple of times, and she explains things very well. And they'll even hold up little models, and say, "Well, this is what's going on, and this is what's going on," and your spine's fucked. Well, my lower part. But anyhow, this is my septum. I should have made notes. But anyhow, your spine goes up this way. That's where your spine interfaces in, and then your hips are off that way. And this is kind of like a center joint, coordinating between everything. Um, and she pointed out, which is really cool because she's showing me my MRI, or I think it was an MRI of me. But she's a big, the big TV screen, the monitor, and pulls up my images and then starts cutting through, images cutting through my body to get to these. But it's kind of trippy because I mean, you see these before, you've seen them on TV when they're doing that, scanning through the body. But it's definitely different when it's your body. When you're sitting there looking at it and it's your area up there. But anyhow, she pointed out that from the injury I had in July, um, this was a crack, and it's healing, but healing slow. But this was a crack, and there were also some other little ones around it. But this was a primary crack here. But here was a break. This broke. That's why it was so painful. This one would have been, this one would be, noticeable, and this one is pain, and that explains it. Um, but yeah, that one was whacked, schwack. Uh, it is healing also, which is good, but it's healing slow, which it's healing, but healing slower than it should be. That has her concern, and it might also be because of lower bone density. So all of this and my pelvic area apparently, and my spine right up over here. A lot of it is getting softer or thinner, whatever. It's susceptible to break, which means I have to be careful. But the one thing I like about her is she's honest about what I mean. Her specialty is spine, not this area. And she is concerned about that. And in view of the other circumstances going around in the hole, around the hole, not in the hole, careful, um, that she goes, she's 50-50 on it. So he's not sure, which is good. 50-50 is, an honest answer. I, that we may need to put screws in here, shore it up. So she's referring me to another doctor. My list of doctors is so long. I lose track of which doctor I'm seeing and what labs I'm doing and what tests I'm doing and what's anyhow. I'm gonna have see another specialist who specializes in this area. More of a hip and uh, a surgeon in this area, and see what they have to say. Whether they think we're okay, it's healing, gonna be it's soft, but it's healing, we're all right, or maybe let's put screws in it and shore it up. So you know, so basically translates that my lower back and hip joint area is pretty fucked. you know, Osteopenia, which is just before osteo. The other one everyone knows when you see on the commercial TVs. Here's normal and here's that, and osteopenia is right in the middle, and I'm heading in that direction fast. Well, I definitely should have made notes for these, the technical terms that I should do. Usually I do good on technical terms, but this is biology, and I'm, anyhow. Well, it is what it is, man. So there's the update. What's going on, probably more than what you need to know. My other two cancers look like they're good. Well, one of them is gone, along with my kidney, one of them. But the second one, um, my prostate cancer, again, TMI, that one seems to be in check. So that's good news. Um, oh crap! There goes my alarm telling me I've got to do something. But anyways, and this third one is the parts tested was malignant, but we're keeping an eye on it. So, and again, yes, my mantra on this is, I can only win or tie on cancer. Cancer cannot win because if cancer kills me, then it kills itself. So that's a loss. So, the best cancer can do is we can tie, and that's a draw. Nobody wins, or I win. So I'm looking forward to winning. Beat it twice, and this is now, battle number 3, and I'm up, 2-0. So we'll do it. We'll get it done. You turn into the wave and hit it face on, and that's the only way to do it. You go sideways, the wave takes you out. You turn around and run away, you get nothing done. So take care, everyone out there. I know I got family back in Indiana area. Hopefully they're okay with the massive amount of nasty weather that's happening in that area. I haven't heard from them yet, but who knows? It may be power out, or everyone else is checking in on them and are getting through the list. But anyways, that's a whole other story. Be careful out there. Keep an eye out. Be aware of your situation. Be safe. Watch out for weirdos. Lots of weirdos out lately. And may your God go with you, and sabos.